This is He Knows the Sport, bringing you that heat and that fire. All right, I want to talk about LeBron James saying he's the GOAT, part two on this video, this mug right here. Listen, guys, I still can't stop laughing at the notion that this guy has come out and said that he's the greatest player of all time. I don't understand that. Like, how you gonna sit here and act like MJ23 don't exist? How you gonna sit here and act like KB24 don't exist? How you gonna sit here and act like the Larry Birds of the worlds don't exist? The Magic Johnsons of the worlds don't exist? How you gonna sit here and act like Bill Russell don't exist? How you gonna sit here and act like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar doesn't exist? How you gonna sit here and act like even recent times Tim Duncan and Shaquille O'Neal don't exist? I don't get it. I don't understand it. But this is what we're dealing with. We're dealing with a Rudy Poo plum generation. I'm going to say that again. We're dealing with a Rudy Poo plum generation, a generation that doesn't understand the magnitude and the purists of basketball. Because when you sit down and you break down basketball for what it is and you dissect it, you use what I call the eye test. You use the intangibles. You look at every facet of what basketball should be. Come on. When it's all said and done, LeBron James is not the best basketball player on the planet, let alone the best basketball player of all time. Shoot, he's not even the best player in the league. He hasn't been the best player in the league for the last 3 or 4 years. That title and that mantle has disrespectfully been not given to Kevin Durant, because we understand the pantheon of greatness. You got to beat the man to be the man. Now everybody's going to sit there and say, well, he joined a team that's such a juggernaut. LeBron James can't compete against that. Why give LeBron James all of these excuses? I'm scratching my head. I'm wondering, like, who is this guy? You know what I'm saying? Like, is he going to a witch doctor or something like that, man? You know what I'm saying? Does he have somebody like a shaman or something like that that's helping him? Because this doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how is he able to fool the masses, deceive the masses into thinking that he could keep losing and he could keep having a contingency excuse or a contingency plan or an scapegoat to, you know what I'm saying, like, put it out there that, hey, this guy right here, there's always an excuse lined up. As long as he does what he's supposed to and nobody else do what they're supposed to, we're always going to have his back. I've never seen this before. Now, when everybody sit here and say that LeBron James had the most pressure in NBA history, that's nonsense, man. There's a lot of cats out there that's had just as much pressure. Yes, I'm going to say it. I know this is not going to be agreed upon. Kobe Bryant has had a lot of pressure, both self-inflicted and non-self-inflicted, because of the fact that everybody was looking at him. And I'm not talking about the self-inflicted part. We all know that Colorado situation. But we're talking about the non-self-inflicted, when everybody, since that 98 All-Star game where everybody was already anointing him the next Jordan, that's a pressure within itself. Man, he delivered. He was the closest thing. When his career was all said and done, he was the closest thing we've seen to MJ. I mean, shoot, if he would have won those 2 titles, the ones against the Detroit Pistons and that one against the Boston Celtics, and we're talking about in the 04, 05 season, and we're talking about, in that 07, 08 season, if he would have done that, man, sky's the limit for Kobe Bryant. Kobe, we're talking about a guy that would have arguably would have been right there neck and neck. And I could have argued it down with anybody. I could have argued it with the best of them. Because Kobe would have had 7 championships and he would have 4 finals MVPs. And if you guys have heard me speak before, I've explained that in order for you to meet the thresholds and the criteria of the pantheon of greatness and to be in the top 2 or top 3, you got to have 4 or more finals MVPs. And you got to have, like 4 more NBA championships. That's just my requirement. That's my standard. That's my bias. That's the way I look at it. But it is what it is. my bias, my standard, my requirement, when you think about it, when it's all said and done, it matches up with the pugilists, the purists, and it matches up with the old school cats that has done this. They know what I'm talking about. And if Kobe would have had that, there would be no argument that he would be right there with MJ. Because now you could say he went to more finals and he's won more championships. And I mean, the argument could have been settled. But the fact of the matter is he didn't do it. He ended up with 5 and 2 finals MVPs. And this is why I can understand when people say he's not in their top 5. I could get it. I get why people are saying that. I understand it. In my personal opinion, Kobe's the second best player to ever play. But if somebody ranks him 5, you know what I'm saying, or rank him 4, you know, I could understand that. But LeBron, come on, man. Yeah, he got 3 finals and 3 finals MVPs. But when you get it off the strength of a Ray Allen bailout shot, you know what I'm saying? And people always mention the Ray Allen bailout shot, but they forget the fact that Chris Bosh was the one that got the rebound. So when you get it off the strength of a Chris Bosh rebound, who then kicked it to Ray Allen, who made the shot, and then you get it off the strength of Kyrie Irving dominating those 2 games the way he did, scoring those 41 points the way he did, and icing up, having ice water in his veins, and sticking it to Stephen Curry the way he did. Because I always said he was the X factor. He was the thorn in that thistle for the Golden State Warriors, because he was straight taking it to Stephen Curry. Because everybody know the knock on Stephen Curry is in the highest stages, he kind of falls up short. And not only that, in the highest stages, his defense shows that it's truly suspect for what it is. Anybody that knows basketball knows what I'm talking about. The man's defense is not the best. Having Kevin Durant put them over the top to nullify that. And Kyrie Irving and all of them learned that the next year. But the fact of what I'm trying to say is Kyrie Irving bailed him out. And then when they played, you know, against the Oklahoma City Thunder, you got Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh was his X factor. A lot of people underrate Chris Bosh, man, and what his contributions was. You know, these guys bailed LeBron James out. In every scenario where LeBron has won a title, you've seen a bailout situation for him. And in every scenario where he's lost, which he's won 3 times and he's lost 9 times, there's been a bailout. It's like a bailout package, a stimulus package. You guys heard that government term before. That's what it is with this dude, man. He has a stimulus package in place, a contingency plan. Every time he loses, this is the next excuse that we're going to have. I'm wondering if there's a meeting of the minds, or if there's a meeting going on between LeBron and his LeBron apologists and his fans to say, oh, you know what, LeBron, when it's all said and done, you know, we got to find a new excuse for you. See, when he loses this year in the second round, or if they face the Golden State Warrior, whatever the case may be, they're going to say, well, you know, he had a duck team, you know what I'm saying? But this is supposed to be the greatest player of all time. I thought there was no excuses, man. I thought when you're at that level, you know, there ain't no practicing no more. You either got it or you don't, man. You know, I see, this is the thing that I don't understand. But people want to sit here and call this man the GOAT. A guy that always leaves his team when, you know, shit hits the fan, when things are not going his way. He did that in Cleveland in the 2010 season, after the 2010 season, when he did the, you know, infamous, you know, free agency where he said, in this fall, you know, I'm taking my talents to South Beach. Then he went there, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7. And I wouldn't say this if this wasn't so. Ended up 2 for 4. Left that situation. And then, and not only that, him and Pat Riley, man, I like the way Pat Riley checked him for what he truly was. And then after that, he went to Cleveland. Oh, you know, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? This is where I'm going to spend the rest of my career. Then leave that, then go to the Lakers. Now, what's going to be the next excuse? Remember, he has a 5-year contract with the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm waiting to see what the excuse is going to be when they don't win, because they're not going to win in any one of those years. Anybody who is delusional to think that they're going to win unless they miraculously get an Anthony Davis, you know, a Kawhi Leonard, and a Jimmy Butler, like I said that they should, unless they get all of those guys, I don't see any scenario where they win. But, you know what I'm saying? Comment below. Let me know what you guys think. This is Hinos' Sport. Checking out.